All right, good evening, race fans. Tonight I'll go over the RaceOwl app. This one is for crew, this one is for spectators, this one is for admin. It is not for racers, nor is the racer app for you. If it's a purple app, let's go back out of here. Notice this one's blue and gold. That's the one you want if you're a crew, a spectator, or admin. If you have the purple one, don't use it, delete it, get rid of it. You don't want it. It's a tracker, it won't help anything. Spectator, crew, admin, use blue and gold. All right, let's go back into it. You pop it up, it'll look like this. The very top of the screen is important. That's where you select your race. If there were multiple race events going on right now, you would see a whole list of them. Right now, there's just one, which is the MR340, starting up in a few days. Pick the race you want. That'll get the data you want and the people you want to see. Kind of starting from the bottom up, RaceOwl.com. This takes you to the website. Some people like to watch the race on their phone from the website. That's fine. I don't think that's a great idea just because things get really crowded there. The phone is usually a better design thing for small screens. Going up the list here, you'll see admin tools. This one is for the admins. You'll get a question like this or a statement saying you don't have access. Don't worry about it. It's not for you. Just move on, leave it alone. App settings important. You want to go in here to set a few things. Let's talk about this for a minute. My favorite thing on this screen is the theme. I like dark mode much better than light, but if you like light, you can change it here. Go to light mode, it'll take you there. Or if you want to just do whatever the system is, that's default. It'll go to whatever your phone's set to. I'll turn it back to dark mode because I like it better. Map object scale is really important, especially if you have old eyes. So it pops first from the download. It's going to be down to about like 1. In my mind, it's really, really small on the map. I like to make it bigger, so I move this scale up, and now my icons will show up much, much larger so I can see them. Show team name will toggle between the numbers and the team name itself. I can change my units from metric back to imperial. Show route and checkpoints. You can pretty much leave alone. Don't touch them, but that'll turn on or off the route on the main map. Racers grouping. This is important, especially if you have an older phone and you look at the map and things look really, really slow or laggy or lethargic. If that's the case, then you might want to turn group racers on, and instead of showing every racer, it will group them into groups, and you'll see circles with the number of racers that are within that. So that'll make the screen more navigable. You can move it. It won't eat up the resources so much on your phone if it's especially an old one. All right. Display checkpoints. That's really saying just give me the real checkpoints versus every access point along the route. Okay, that should do it for the settings. Pretty simple. Notifications. This is new for this year. What this is a network-based notification. So instead of sending these text messages, we can also send these network-based notifications, which will show up in your screen like this underneath race notifications. And they'll be color-coded gray, yellow, red. Gray meaning just basic information, yellow warning, and then red is like, oh my goodness, there's a big storm coming. So just keep an eye on that. Check in, check out is something very particular to the MR340. This allows ground crew to check in or out their racer from a checkpoint. In general, I'll say don't use it. This is meant to be a fallback in case all else fails, which means that the racer is no longer tracking. They don't have a phone they can get out and do it themselves. It is now reliant on you, the ground crew, to do it. And I'll say it's my biggest source of error in the whole system because we get excited, we pick the wrong checkpoint, and we check them in way downstream, and that's not where they're at, especially at Lexington, right? There's no Lexington here. So you pick Waverly and you check them in. It's like, well, you just hyperspace them, you know, several miles ahead. And anyway, don't do that. It makes for a bad John day. I've got to go fix the data. It makes me grumpy. Don't do that. Okay, leaderboard. You'll spend some time here. Um, this one gives you all the racers. I find it to be the most interesting and useful screen on this app because it gives me the whole race at my fingertips. I see over here on the left, I see the current rank of the racer. It's the overall and the division. You'll see the team name and the percent completed along the race course. You'll see their number, their racer number, and you'll see the next checkpoint they're due in and what time. So all really, really useful information. Again, I can always filter on that. So if I just want to see certain divisions, I can do that. I can pick, give me just the mixed tandems, right? Always a very competitive one, and it'll show me only the mixed tandems that are out there. I can pick a particular checkpoint. So I can say, give me only the people coming into Lexington, and it'll show me that. Um, anyway, a lot of ways to slice and dice it so you can view it better. This next checkpoint is actually really useful for folks that are at the checkpoint and you're just waiting for folks to come in that are like only you, rather than seeing everyone on the race route. This is a key button here. It's clear all. A lot of times people come up with their phone and they say, "Hey, I've got no racers." Like, well, that's because you filtered it, you over constrained it. There's no one coming into Lexington right now. The race hasn't even started. So no reason to see them, so just go and clear all, and it'll bring them all back. So remember, clear all, that's a good thing. Hide stale racers. This one will remove anyone who has a red background. Red meaning they just haven't sent data for like, oh, it's more than an hour. Red does not mean dead. My mom used to think that red was really bad when I was racing, and she would think I was in bad trouble. But you're not. It just means you you either turned off your app, you took a nap, it stopped sending locations. You basically went into a spot in the river where there's no cell data. Something happened to disrupt that. Happens all the time. Don't worry about it. They're fine. But sometimes you don't want to see all that, so you can just see here's the active people that are really out running right now, and use that then to say, oh, I can see that person. I know a pretty good percentage chance that they'll be where they say they are. All right, so hide stale racers, active racers. This is important, especially as the race comes to an end. Um, what you'll see, especially at the end of the race, everyone finishes. You got a whole pile of racers at the very end of the race. It kind of clogs up St. Charles. And so if you hide or show active racers only, it will hide all those folks who are already done or DNF'd or DNS'd, and then you can just see the people who are really, really, really still racing. So that one's a key one as well. All right, let's talk about show your racers, because this is key, especially when you have a lot of people, right? So 500-ish boats, that's a lot of boats to keep track of. You probably don't care about all those. So if you show racers that are yours, it'll show who you're tracking. Right now, if I do that, none, right? None of them are showing up because I haven't picked anyone yet. So let's do that. Let's go back here. I'll turn them all on, get rid of that. And I'll just go down here and kind of randomly pick people. To do that, you can swipe right to left, and I have troubles making this emulation work. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. So swipe right to left on a row, you'll get a little gold star. That means, hey, you've picked that person. That's now one of your racers. There's another racer. There's another racer. Right, oh, no, maybe not. Okay. Even if you don't get one, no problem. I can't seem to do it on the emulation. I'll click it, go into the splits, and then this little star here at the upper right, I can click that too and get that to be one of my racers. Okay, now I go to filter. I say show my racers, and there you go, just the ones I picked. So that's a really easy way to just get into your racers that you want to see and not worry about everyone else. All right, let's clear that out. And again, right here, basically any filter you want to put in, whether it be a racer number or a name, whatever. That's just kind of a dynamic filter for anything, name, boat number, etc. Okay, clear all. All right, so filtering, really, really important. You'll use that quite a bit as you go throughout this race. All right, we kind of touched on a little bit. If I click on this, this takes me to that detail screen. I'll see the racer information, who they are, what division they're in, their average speed, their distance, their completion estimate, arrival time estimate at the finish line, their current state, DNS for all of them right now because no one started. Key thing for ground crew, keep track of your racer's battery. If it's a phone, especially, this doesn't show if it's a satellite tracker, but a phone, it'll show the current battery use. Last checkpoint, next checkpoint for ETAs, and then last position and estimated position. All right, if you click on splits, it will show you actually the estimated time downriver, or down route. So here I can see every access point downriver and when the system thinks they're going to be there, as well as the amount of distance down. If I click and hold, it will show you some more details on that access point or checkpoint, especially like river mile. That's important. It'll say whether it's an official checkpoint or a supported checkpoint. Official checkpoint's the one you really check in at. Supported checkpoints will have like a food truck or something like that. Notice open and close. If it's a real checkpoint, like Waverly, I will see the time the thing opens and the time the thing closes. Be there by that time on Tuesday. Okay, I can filter it. I can pick just the ones I want, like just the official ones, and it'll show me only those. So anyway, this is really useful for you guys, especially the estimated time in. Again, as you get further downstream, this time is going to be more inaccurate. You don't know when the people are going to pull over and take a nap. You don't know if they sped up or slowed down, but the ones that are close to them should be pretty accurate. As usually, the statistics show within about 5 minutes of their arrival. So if you're waiting for them, I would say you want to get there, give them some time. They're going to speed up or slow down. So I would be there at least 15, probably to start with, at least a half hour or so early, just to catch them. Don't miss them. Okay, that's about it for that. Let's go back to the map. All right, this is kind of, I actually find the leaderboard actually the most interesting of all of them. It's where I'll spend most of my time, but the map is kind of fun to look at because it shows everybody. Again, it can get kind of crowded. Did I still have racers? Let's turn just mine on. I must have blown them all away. Yeah. Let's go back and pick a couple. Oh, no, there they are. They just don't have any data yet. So the race hasn't started. They don't have data yet. Let's just not do that. That's fine. But anyway, you'll show who's there. Let's get rid of this. They have to have GPS data show up on the map. But again, icons, you'll notice the colors. Oops. If it's the same color, they're in the same division. If they're red, of course, that data is at least an hour old. If there's cyan in dark mode, it means that's fresh data. All right. Similarly, if I pick one of these, it will take me to the same detail screen and the associated split screen and so forth. All right. Here you can, pan and zoom and all the normal things you do. I alluded to it on the detail screen, but you notice this button here. This is a key button for actual versus estimated. So think about what happens when you send these positions. They're not exactly fresh. Some of those are going to be old, an hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. They're not going to be exact. They've happened sometime in the past. And so if you click on this button, it'll take you to estimated, which means it's going to do some math. It's going to take their last real position, take their average speed. It knows where they're going to be as far as the route, and it does the math to do some dead reckoning and say, you must be somewhere in this area. So you'll see this kind of the map changes. It then projects those racers ahead onto the route. And this is normally what I would say you're going to spend most of your time in this mode here, estimated, because if you're waiting for them to come, this is doing the math for you again, and it's going to be relatively accurate, especially as you get downriver. The very start of the race never is because it doesn't have a good bead on the average speed yet. Once it gets that, then that becomes pretty accurate, especially for the next checkpoint. That's usually you can count on it being within 5 minutes or so of the estimated time. So use that to your advantage, and it's kind of fun to play with and kind of see where it thinks people are at. I think that's about it. There is one more feature that's new, and if you've stuck around this long, then you deserve to know about this one. We are crowdsourcing hazards. So if you zoom in on a piece of the river, so we've got, especially for the 340, we've got thousands of eyeballs out there. And if you see something, you can actually report it as a spectator. Now, caveat, it doesn't mean we're going to do anything about it. We might not even see it, but again, this is crowdsourcing, so the more people that see it and report it, the more apt we're going to actually see it and pay attention to it. So keep that in mind. If you see something, you can say something here. And so the way this works is, say I'm here somewhere, wherever this is. Where is this? That's a Cooley Lake. I see there's a buoy, or maybe there's a big barge coming, something like that. And it's like, oh, I see it. It's like right there. So you can like press and hold on the map. Let me do it again. I just press, I found where I see it. I press and I hold it, and it'll pull up this hazard. And I can tell it, well, I see a dredge, I see a barge, I see debris. You got to give me your phone number because I want to be able to talk to you if I need to. And then any sort of additional comments like, oh, it's moving really fast, or oh, it looks like it's staying still, etc. So anyway, this is the crowdsourcing for this year. Feel free to use it. I won't guarantee it gets on the map or distributed, but at least it's another tool we have to keep people as safe as we can. You submit it. Once you put this information in, it'll go into our database. And then once enough people have reported it, then it becomes something we can look at it and say, yep, that probably needs to be let people know about. Okay, that is it. Have a great race, and I will see you on the river.